one of the things that stops people from building chatbots is really wondering how to lay it out, how to structure it. And it's like everything, structure is important, and you need to know what you need to know. Web pages, what you're going to show, what's the information that you want to convey to a person. And the problem with chatbots is, of course, that you've got very little screen information, screen size, so you can't really show the information very high, at a very high depth. And what you've got to do is sit down. You've got to think about, what you want to show the people, what's important with them through their journey. And one of the things is, this is just a quick tip really, is why I shot this, is one of the things that I find very useful for trying to lay out a chatbot, one of the structures that is very good, is to think of the entry point. So where is the person going to join your chatbot? Is it from a web page? Is it through Messenger? Is it from somebody sending a message through your Facebook page? Is it someone scanning a scan code? So let's take an example. On a website, you might have a restaurant. Let's just take a restaurant for an example. You might have your restaurant website and you want to put up a chatbot. Now, you can have a general chatbot on it's the same on every page that welcomes everybody. But you might separate it out. So they're coming on and they're gone, your homepage is just a general welcome and will give them all the information about your restaurant. If they're on the menu page, you probably want to start that off and lead them down a thing that shows them the menus and explains what's on the menu for them. Or, brings them to the booking page if that's relevant. So try and think about where they are on the website. And that follows through as well with Messenger. If someone's coming in through your Facebook page, they've contacted you there, the probability is that they're going to be looking for contact information. They want to phone you. They want to find out what the menu is. They want to know where you're located, or, something like that. And so that's how you would structure it. Go down through there and start with that assumption. Now, you can always change this later, of course, if the data proves that this is wrong. But start with the assumption that, that's what they want, because they're not there. And so greet them, say, thank you for visiting our page. What would you like to know? And start with those options. You can always bring them into the other options later. But if you have, say, on your menu, the person's in the restaurant, you've got a scan code there that they can scan to find out some more information. You've got them in the restaurant. You're not going to say, welcome to our page. Would you like to know where we're located? Or would you like to know how to phone us? Because they're in your restaurant. So what you do instead is you start something with there, like, can we help give you more information about what's on the menu? They're looking at the menu, they've scanned this. So you might give them more detail about the ingredients, how that's fresh ingredients, how it's local. And that follows through from there. Then you can always bring them back out to the contact stuff, and you can do all that. But that's where you go. And similarly, if you have, you might have a scan code next to individual dishes. That would not make sense to bring them out to even to the general menu. If you have it against, say, a specific dish, that's your signature dish, you might then have a little video that would show them, how it's made, how it's doing something like that. And then you can bring them out later. But you've got to think about, where are they coming from? Where's their entry into this chatbot, and why are they contact you that way at that time? And I hope, look, that's a structure that I find is very, very good for helping you lay out the website. It works for me. I think it'll work for you. So be interesting to see what your opinion is, and what kind of feedback you have and what your experience is on doing it this way.